Please note that these are all my personal opinions and advice. Hello, my name is Cypher Ace, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the BF-109. So the first and most important is that you must climb at a really tight angle because the BF-109s are the best climbers. Secondly, the BF-109 is an energy fighter. Yes, you can turn fight with certain types of planes, and with a bit of skill you can outturn a lot of them, but first you should always use it as an energy fighter. This is why you should stick with your teammates. Go down, try to shoot down somebody, and if you fail, then try to bait them into one of your teammates. It is important to avoid using this maneuver with Spitfires, as they will likely be able to climb up to the G-10's altitude and shoot it down before they stall. If a Spitfire is above the BF-109 G-10 and tries to dive on the G-10, perform a split S to avoid it. If it follows, pull back the throttle and wait for its zoom climb to shoot him down in the back. But it will most likely rip the wings or enter a G-force-induced loss of consciousness. BF-109 G-10 is not only able to fight for air superiority, it's also able to carry a single 250-kilogram bomb to be able to deal with most ground units, being able to drop the bomb swiftly and accurately on its target. BF-109 G-10s can easily achieve air superiority for the team if properly used in ground battle games, covering the team from enemy fighters and bombers, which can change the outcome of the battle. It can also do CAS, close air support, to protect allied vehicles from either a superior enemy or a dug-down enemy. The third piece of advice is most of the time I don't use gun pods because I like to be more agile than firepower. The 20mm does its job most of the time, and if the tides turn into a turn fight, you will have a bigger chance to survive and take down the enemy. Yes, you can slay the enemy bombers and other aircraft as well with the gun pods, and I did it a lot of times too. It's just not what I prefer. But as I said, I know most of you are quite dangerous with the gun pods. 20 minutes of fuel are enough most of the time. If you get into a turn fight, then use the landing flaps to outturn the enemy if your speed is low enough. So, in summary, it's a well-versed universal fighter, is able to perform well both in dogfights and hit-and-run tactics. The variable speed supercharger allows for BF-109s to maintain maximum engine power at enemy fighter supercharger gear switch altitudes. At these heights, an enemy plane will either gain no benefit from WEP or be forced to prematurely switch to the next gear, which draws more power from the engine to drive the compressor. Supercharger gear switch varies from plane to plane, as well as with airspeed and temperature, but typically is between 3,500 to 4,500 meters for Spitfires, P-51s, and F-4Bs, and F-4U-4Bs. Pros: excellent acceleration and high top speed, even at extreme altitudes. Excellent climb rate, even stock. Improved high-altitude performance over earlier BF-109s. Improved supercharger can maintain maximum boost with WEP to around 3,000 meters. Variable speed supercharger eliminates weak altitudes between gear changes seen in allied fighters. Engine power is consistent. Can WEP for 5 minutes non-stop until it reaches around 100 degrees C. 20 minutes of MW50 available for WEP. WEP fuel load is close to the engine fuel load. Engine cools down very quickly at 0% throttle. Great dive acceleration, better than most opponents it faces. Can pull high G maneuvers. Armament is interchangeable between a heavy 30mm Mk108 and a lighter 20mm MG151 with more ammunition. All weaponry is mounted in the nose, allowing easy aiming without having to worry about convergence. Cons: poor sustained turn ratios. Tends to be outclimbed, outrun by post-war aircraft. Many late post-war Allied props wholly outperform it at low altitudes. Low rip speed. Combined with excellent dive acceleration, this plane can quickly reach unsafe speeds and dive. Ammunition can run out really quickly for the Mk108s. Flight performance drastically decreases with underwing gondola pods. Requires skill to play efficiently. Can face F-8F Bearcats and Griffin Spitfires, which can be superior in certain situations. Alright guys, that's all for the BF-109. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. If not, then thank you for your attention and time. Check out these videos as well.